Hi there, this is Mark, and I'm here at home, and I'm continuing on with the journey of readings from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Swami Satchidananda. I'm not sure what it was about August 4th, but it was a doozy of a day, and I lost the recording that I had made for this, and I tried to find it, and um, yeah, just some various things happened trying to get this recording done. So it's actually August 5th, and I'm needing to go back. And so this is the first time I'm having to do this, but that's sometimes what happens. It's just, yeah, sometimes there might be this whole story that starts to play out, which started to happen. And then I knew I needed to catch myself and just, yeah, just say, do it. So, August 4th, and the topic is accept it and seek help. But this one deals with illness. Illness can be karmic, the reaction to your past actions. The best way to deal with that is to know that is your past karma that has brought this. Pray sincerely, Lord, let me accept this and do whatever I can to clean it up. It does not mean that you should not seek help from others. Accept the illness and seek help. The mere acceptance will take away half the pain of the illness. The illness becomes painful when you deny it, when you don't want it. So accepting the karmic reaction is an important thing, but sometimes people don't have the proper understanding and they say, oh, it's my karma, what can I do about it? That is wrong. You do what you can. And he starts off saying, illness can be karmic, a reaction to your past actions. Yeah, I like that. The best way to deal with it is to know it's your karma that brought this. And that can sometimes just be a way to help relieve the mind from thinking, why did this happen to me? And then to start trying to review all these reasons why these certain things happened. And I'm not sure how useful that can be sometimes, and how useful that is on the body and the stress that it can create to yourself and others. And then, like I had started to share before, you might start creating this storyline about how you feel things always seem to go, and it reinforces that, which probably and likely is not the truth. So I like here that he's offering this uh, perspective here to just acknowledge, if it's happening in your life or these things have happened in a certain way, to accept it as your karma. Not that it lets you off the hook for your past actions, but it's in this lifetime, but it's a way to just kind of keep moving rather than to need to go back and really justify this terrible story about why life is so hard. Um, it just kind of moves forward. Let me accept this and do whatever I can to clean it up. So yeah, don't try to. It's like figuring all this stuff out. Just accept it, and what can you do to move forward? It seems a lot more useful. But sometimes we don't have that strength, and when there is illness, it certainly can be hard to be in your best frame of mind. You know, the illness or the thing that's drawing our body out of balance is going to make it hard to have that sense of equanimity and to think clearly. So that's why we need things like this, to be able to infuse our thoughts with something that's more, that vibrates at a higher level, that kind of helps remind us. And read things like this, I can sigh a little bit knowing that, oh yeah, that can help support this other way of thinking and being. And I like this, the mere acceptance will take away half the pain of the illness. So this active way of what we might think is something non-tangible or intangible of the idea of acceptance actually creates a physical shift and a mental shift. simply being able to have that rather than to fight against it, that does allow something to happen. And I like to think about that in other areas, not just having our own illness, but any kind of resistance to things that are experiencing a balance. Can we simply find a way to create acceptance around it, and that alone helps reduce the symptoms, the pain. But sometimes people don't have the proper understanding. They say, oh, it's my karma, what can I do about it? And he outright says that is wrong. You can do something. Again, it's keeping it away from that story of like, oh, well, here's why I know it happens this way, because this and then this happened to me, and then those have, there's something valid about those things. But again, just this prompting to try to keep recognizing what can we do. And I know I need to hear that, because sometimes for me what can happen is this state of overwhelm, and it's just like, so many things going on, and I have to think to myself, what can I do, rather than to get caught into that tailspin of feeling like there's so much going on. And sometimes what can I do? I need to eat. I need to stop, and I need to eat. There's this great little phrase that I use in one of the resources that I have for my self-care is called HALT. And you have to ask yourself, am I hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? And looking at those four things might be the first thing that you need to address before anything else. And I tend to have more of the hungry part happens, because it's sometimes I can just be going and going and going and not get to that. So I won't even notice that get a little irritated. I actually got a little irritated at the server, just really small, but I ordered a starter and then a dinner, and they both came out at once. And I was like, well, they're both here. You can just wrap up the appetizer. I'm not going to eat it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, it would have been great if they came out separately. And the truth is I couldn't eat all of it anyway. So that was more of just irritability because of being hungry, and also ordering too much because of being hungry. So all kinds of issues. All right, got this done. I'm actually going to roll right into doing the other one, but thanks for watching this. All right, hope it was useful.